Hello everyone, this is Savita Gavde from Excellence English Academy, Tasla. My dear friends, today I am going to discuss that how to learn English language. Generally, we have lots of questions about it. That I can read, but I can't understand. I can understand, but I can't speak. And just due to these questions, we are not able to speak in English. Because we never think that what we can and what we should do. Once you understand how you can learn that language, then definitely you can speak in that language. And specifically, we are going to discuss about English language. As we don't have background of English language, we should learn it. Acquiring language and learning language, these two things are totally different from each other. While we acquire language, at that time there is no need to learn that language in formal way. There is no need to learn basic rules of that language. We learn it means we acquire that language just by the surrounding of that language itself. But if you are going to learn any language, at that time you should focus on basic rules of that language, vocabulary of that language, pronunciation of that language, then we can learn that language. But if we consider Marathi language as it's our mother tongue, there is no need to learn that language. We can speak in Marathi language. We can speak Marathi language, but we don't know basic rules of Marathi language. We don't know grammar of Marathi language. Still we know that language. Then why doesn't it happen with English language? Because we don't have background of English language. And that's why only we are not able to acquire English language. We have to learn that language. Then how we have to learn that language? What are the steps of language learning? There are 4 skills which we have to learn, which we have to acquire. Which are those 4 skills? First one is listening, second one is speaking, third one is reading, and fourth one is writing. Once we are proficient in all these 4 skills, then definitely you can speak, you can write in English language very well. Then your next question will be how we can proficient or how we can be perfect in these 4 skills. First is listening. What we can listen and how we can listen. See, this is not short-term procedure that you will start listening to any music or any English lectures and you will suddenly understand and you will suddenly will be able to speak in that language. It's not like that. For that, you must continue it. While listening, you have to focus on vocabulary, you have to focus on accent, you have to focus on basic rules of that language. Next step is reading. While reading, again you have to focus on vocabulary and again basic rules of that language. Once you understand the vocabulary and even not only vocabulary, you need to understand the use of that vocabulary. How they are using those words. Because if you don't use those words, then there is no use of that reading and listening that language. Generally what happens that we read it, we know the words, but still we are not able to use those words in our own sentence. And just because of that, we are not able to speak in that language. So, first of all, you need to focus on listening and reading skills of that language. Then you will say that why should we focus on listening and reading? Because we want to learn how to speak in that language. See, until and unless you grasp the knowledge of that language, you will not be able to speak in that language. Because if we don't have knowledge of that language, then how can we speak? How can we expect from ourselves to speak in that language? Isn't it? So, if you want to speak in that language, you must listen to that language, you must read that language. Then you will say, sometimes what happens that lots of people, they are able to understand the language. They know the structures, but still they are not able to speak. Why? Because they are not getting platform to speak. With whom they should speak? There is no background to speak with anyone else. So for that sake, our class is going to give you a big platform to express yourselves. So whatever we have learned, we need to express. Then and then we can understand it and then we can be familiar with that language. If we just use to get the knowledge of that language and you are not expressing that language, then also that knowledge will be useless. So for that, this class is going to give you a big platform to speak yourself. Here, you can express yourself. So, in this lecture, we have discussed 4 skills of language listening, reading, speaking, and last one is writing. So listening and reading, these two are receptive skills. With the help of these two skills, you can get knowledge. And speaking and writing, these two skills are expressive skills. With the help of those skills, you can express yourselves. So, if you want to learn any new language, at that time you need to focus on these four skills, then definitely you can learn that language. That's all about today. In next lecture, we will discuss each skill in detail. Thank you.